Welcome to another episode of Persona 5 Royal. We're off the heels of defeating Kamoshida. So with that said, all that's left is the aftermath. So we're practically waiting 10 days before this arc is finally over. Well, make that 9 because we just got finished whooping his ass on the 10-day limit. But folks, all that's practically left to do now is actually gain a confidant. No, I'm not joking.
Morning.
In fact, there was a confidant we could have gained before we rushed off into the metaverse. And that person, sorry about that long pause there, I had to think about it for a second. And that person we needed to deal with was in fact Sojiro. However, we'll worry about that a little bit later. Right now, we've got morning class. And what I'm going to do from here on in, to try to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to use the log to show off the answers if I can. For all, not only the questions for the exams, but also to show off the answers for the confidant ranks. And that's what I'm going to try to do from here on in. I'll try to. I don't want to try to go too fast and people have to stop and pause every time. But whatever the case, folks. This one is actually about Nero. And Nero is basically, how shall I put it, one of the most despotic emperors of Rome. Probably the most despotic next to Julius Caesar. And he practically competed in every single event. Thing is, his subjects was forced to let him win under penalty of death. So, yeah. That's the thing that people need to understand. Because that question's going to come up again. It will. And as I said, I'll probably show off the log which have the right answer to it from here on in. I didn't show it this time around, but next time I probably will. But whatever the case, again, it's not going to be some dungeon crawling, because they at least give you some sort of cooldown before you go to the next dungeon. And besides, it'll be a while, too.
Kamoshida? You really think he changed? Well, yeah.
Oh, perfect timing. Study hall will be held instead of PE today. I'm letting you know just in case you haven't heard. Mr. Kamoshida has taken the day off.
He ain't here?
Don't tell anyone that you heard this from me. But we received word that Mr. Kamoshida is placing himself under suspension. It's such an important time before the tournament, too. Principal Kobayakawa went to talk to him about it, but he supposedly wasn't making any sense.
Wait, a suspension?
Not so loud! The talks about your expulsions may be put on hold, too. I don't know too much about it, though. Anyway, I've relayed what's going on to you.
Looks like something happened. At least it sounds different from a mental shutdown. I guess all we can do is wait.
If you probably haven't guessed, weird shit's gonna be happening to Kamoshida now that he had his change of heart. As a matter of fact, the weird shit's already starting. He put himself into suspension until further notice. And also, you can pretty much check the surroundings and check some of the people, because they'll actually give further updates to anyone that has a change of heart.
Really?
Be it Kamoshida or the next person we'll eventually have to go after. one thing is for sure, Ryuji is still available. So, with that said, might as well hang out with him while we still can. Because Ryuji, unfortunately, thanks to Royal and its infinite wisdom, is unavailable until May 2nd. Yeah, I say infinite, I say lack of. That's what I meant to say. Because, yeah, by the time you reach May 2nd, Ryuji would be at level 7 in Persona 5. Not here in this game. No, no. They want to try to make this somewhat easier, even though they literally have game journalist difficulty on any version of this game other than PS4 and 5. That's the thing that gets on my nerves. They try so hard to try to make things difficult, and yet they can't. And on top of the fact that the things they do fix shouldn't really have been quote-unquote fixed in the first place. If they thought it was going to be inconvenience, they shouldn't have left it in the original build and then tried to overcharge people to buy the new build. It's stupid. It is beyond stupid. But whatever the case, like I said before, I'm going to show off the answers for the social links and also the confidant rings. I'm not playing Persona 4 anymore. I'm going to show off the answers to the confidants with the log, and also I am going to show off the answers to the questions. I try to go as slow as I can, because everything is going completely fast. So, with that said, what's happening here? The runner Nakaoka is pretty much trying to give Ryuji the third degree for not only trying to go back into running, but also being the reason why the track team had to disband under Kamoshida, meaning he's going to disband the track team anyway. The problem of the matter is he needed a patsy to make it look like it wasn't an intentional abusive strategy. And that patsy turned out to be Ryuji. So yeah. With that said, we managed to make Ryuji, I think, level 3, right? Or level 2? Nope, level 3. And Ryuji now has a follow-up. For those who don't know what follow-up attacks are whenever your opponent is randomly ready, like either after you struck or while they're on the sidelines, they will do a critical attack that will knock down certain low-ranking enemies. But whatever the case, having a follow-up on every one of your characters is a good idea. On that note, we're going to have to go in, and after we give the answer to that, we're going to have to talk to Sojiro. And here's the thing, if you did not start the side quest with Sojiro, he's going to eventually automatically start it by May 2nd. However, he can also automatically start it right now. That's the thing people don't understand. If Sojiro wasn't found on the 20th, he will end up pulling you to the side and asking you for some favors. And specifically to start talking with you. In other words, he's going to try to automatically start the confidant rank very later on in the game, actually.
Hey, how's school? You're not causing any trouble, are you? Good. I've got to report to your probation officer twice a month. It's already a pain in the ass as is, so please don't make me have to write even more crap. Got that? This society is kept in check by laws and authority figures. You can go and get yourself killed if you want, but don't go dragging other people into your mess. The last thing we need is more idiots like you roaming around. What's wrong? Yeah, I'm heading out now. Sorry about that. I know. The usual, right? Okay. I'll see you later. As you can see, I'm pretty damn busy both at work and in my private life. If you could lend a hand, it'd really be a great help. Now we're talking. Either way, I won't ask you to work for free. If you agree to help me, then I'll teach you how to make the perfect cup of coffee. Not a bad trade, eh? All right. Looks like we got ourselves a deal.
You may call yourself a phantom thief, but you're still a minor. Someone had to support you. Furthermore, they did so knowing you were a part of that group. Isn't the owner of that cafe an accomplice of yours?
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Hierophant persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
And now Sojiro Sakura is one of our confidant ranks. Here's the thing, you can raise kindness and charm by hanging out with him. Also, you could do good in school to get a chance to have confidant ranks raised, and make coffee, curry, and clean the bathrooms to raise the confidant ranks. However, you gotta do that without temperance. However, when you do raise them, you'll be able to make SP healing coffee and curry, sorry about that, and it gets better each level. However, there's 3 levels you need to worry about. Rank 4, which is only available after Futaba's dungeon and the 8th of August. Rank 7, which is locked behind level 5 kindness. And rank 9, not rank 8, which is locked behind mementos. Yeah, get used to seeing that, because most of the confidants will be having that, save for some of your Phantom Thieves.
I'll be counting on your help.
I also forgot to mention about its availabilities. I mean, you all saw it as night only. There is something that needs to be mentioned. What days? And that is the fact that in Persona 5, the only day that he's not available is Wednesday, and 5 goes by that. Royal somehow fucks that up and make him to be available just about every day, and there's random days that he's not available. So yeah, if you have a guide trying to find out what days he's available, I'm telling you now, don't follow it, because Royal just screws everything up when it comes down to Sojiro's availability. So, just a word of warning to anybody. Anyway, we gotta go get ourselves a DVD player, because if we want to actually talk to An later on and get level 2 kindness, we want to at least raise our kindness, not just by reading books. And to do so, we need to go down to the thrift store across the street from us to get a DVD player. Don't worry, Takemi, we're coming over to you. We'll be doing that pretty soon. And the more we raise the sexy doctor's confidant rate, the more we get good medicine. So remember that. Although we are going to need some more money, well, if you're playing a new game, you're going to need a hell of a lot of money in order for you to get some good medicine. But seeing as how I'm playing this New Game Plus, it, in a way, sense does not matter. No, you don't go back in. Don't go back in. No. No. You'll end up having to rest until evening. I'm literally right by the fucking clinic, you fool! It's right there. You don't need to fast travel. Jeez. Oh, but you want to know what else is right there? The batting cages. Excuse me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, it looks like I skipped ahead, but unfortunately, my controller was acting up. So I went there, had to switch to a different controller, and I cut that out. But I came over here for a reason. This Aojiro. Now, this Aojiro is, Aojiru, I think. This is supposed to be something that will give you more charm. You're gonna need that. And you're also gonna need kindness as well. So that means you're gonna have to do work at the Reflexia flower shop in order for to raise your kindness. Because after all, On will be available on the 2nd of May. So remember that. But seeing as how this is going on New Game Plus strategy, might as well just point out the fact that we're going to have to come over here as well. So, we just have to go into the corner and talk to the girls in the Velvet Room, and that will trigger the Velvet Room's appearance here in this part of the city. The Velvet Room will also appear in another part of the city as well. So, with that said, well, at least one of the new parts of the city anyway. Yeah. Those two girls abusing you is just hilarious. But, from here on in, you don't have to worry about going to palaces in order to go to the Velvet Room. Now you can just simply go to the Velvet Room in the corner of an alley to fuse personas and to pick up personas that you're going to need for confidant ranks you will soon open. I just want to point that out to everyone. That before you go to a confidant, you could put them on hold, come here, get the persona you need for them, and then hang out with them. It's a great way for you to level up. Something, by the way, that I think Persona 3 does late game. Yeah, it does not have a Velvet Room available like early on into the game. You still have to go to Tartarus in order for you to do that. Like, not until the end of the game, or probably in mid to late game. But here, and also Persona 4, you could go to the Velvet Room in reality. Well, at least for Persona 4, the Velvet Room would be available once you start getting personas and going into the palace. So, with that said, we're going to go to the movie theater, and we're going to probably hang out. And we might as well, because, when we go to the movie theaters to, see movies, these will probably help out in social stats. And if you bring a friend, it'll raise their chances of raising their confidant rank. However, Morgana doesn't count because he's part of the damn story. If you bring other people, like for instance, you bring Ryuji, later Yusuke, An, you bring Haru, Futaba, Makoto, you will be able to raise their confidant ranks. Sometimes you can even bring your dates. Like, for instance, you could bring any of the dateable girls.
Let's head back.
And Tai Takemi is one of them. I mean, sometimes you can bring... I think you can only bring dateable girls to the movies, I think. It all depends.
You're back.
But for right now, we need to talk to, well, actually, no, we just need to listen in on a conversation that's in the, IM. So, with that said, we are now able to go out and explore most of Shibuya. We aren't going to be able to go any further.
You got that?
So, well, we won't be able to go to Shibuya, sorry. We're still going to be stuck in Yongen-Jaya for a good bit. But at least that means we could go out and take a bath. Oh, and by the way, this is the Home Shopping Network. This used to be where Tanaka would have his, show, and you would hear that awesome theme song every time. However, we won't be getting that until later. For now, this is how you're going to be getting your random stuff. And I might as well go on ahead and buy that. It'll come in probably Monday, so yeah, bear that in mind.
Well then.
Now then, let's go on ahead and take ourselves a shower since Sojiro is basically going to be not working this time around. I mean, you can offer to help him too, or offer to do coffee or make curry. Oh, no, offer to make coffee. Like, whenever Sojiro's in the building, you can't make curry, but if you offer to make coffee, he'll pack up and leave you to it. And if you let him drink it to test it out, it'll raise up his ability to raise up your social link. Now, it's not going to be... How should I put this? It's not going to matter with level 2 because level 2 is automatic. But once we get to 3 and onwards, yeah, you're going to have to gain up enough level to do that.
What do you want to do?
And by the way, this will raise up your charm. And you're going to definitely need that if you want to rank up Takemi, because she is going to need at least level 3 charm, and you're definitely going to need level 4 charm later on for Makoto, if not level 5. Just thought I want to point that out to you, so take a bath frequently. It would make things a hell of a lot easier. On that note, you could also go out at night and play the batting cages, which will raise up your proficiency. Which, by the way, you probably won't need to do because... How shall I put this? You have books, and also you have CDs. The CDs are much more efficient in... How should I put this? I'm trying to think about it. Getting proficiency, yes. And I'm also slipping off of the bed. And the CDs actually give you more proficiency. In fact, there are some other things too. Like if you manage to read the speed reader, you'll get like double the proficiency from reading books. It'll eventually be... Wait. Wait, was that Kawakami running late for school? Wow! Holy crap! Royal actually do some good changes, but it's still a terrible game because these shouldn't be changes because it should already be in the game.
Jeez.
Oh, and Kawakami is actually lecturing students on their
Answer this question.
on all of their resumes and stuff like that. And this is one where you could raise On's likability to you. Certain teachers will pick and certain teachers will actually pick one of your confidants. Well, actually not one of your confidants, but basically On, since she's the only one in your class.
Exactly.
The teacher will normally pick her to answer a question. You do that, and you do it correctly, she will actually raise up likability for you, and also this will raise up your kindness as well. As you can see.
Nice going.
So, with that said, make sure if you have situations when On needs to be bailed out on a question, make sure you help her out. Alright. We're gonna go on ahead, and I think we're gonna be... What are we gonna be doing? It's raining out here. We might as well study. Yeah, let's study in the library. Because this is another way to increase proficiency. Oh, wait, I should finish reading it. Don't return the book. Don't return the book.
What would you
Damn it. Damn it. I'm gonna have to finish reading the book later. So, let's see. What can I do right now? Oh, I guess the clinic has... Oh wait, no, the clinic does not have anybody open. Let's just go to the Velvet Room. I might have to get some persona. Let's see. I need a Hangman persona. Yes, that is something I'm definitely going to need. Because, well, I need to get rid of this. I do not need a Magician persona. Yeah, because, see, Morgana is not going to be leveled up. So I'm going to need a Hierophant persona. No, not a Hierophant persona. I already have one. I'm going to need a Hangman persona. And I think later on, I am going to need... not Emperor. There was somebody else I might need. Oh yeah, Temperance. Yes, I'm going to need Temperance. Oh, I am definitely going to need Temperance, because Temperance will eventually show up at the start of the second, palace. I know I say a bunch of uhs and ums. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Let's see, which, Hangman I'm going to use. I'll just use this one for right now.
What you want? A fee is required. This is your power.
Yeah. Funny thing is, this game does not matter what level of persona you have, unlike with Persona 3 and 4. You have the persona that's matching, it's all going to be good. You're going to still gain up level regardless of the level. I've already tried it, trust me. Now then, off to the clinic we go, and off to talking to Takemi. But first, I'm going to be right back. Alright, we're back, and now it's time for us to rank up Takemi to rank 2, since we actually only got to start her once. But, I'm going to tell you right now, after rank 2, you might want to have some charm, because I think rank 4, you're going to be locked behind a charm paywall. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, we're going to be drinking some more weird medicine, and we're going to be out like a light. The real question is, does she really do examinations? Let's leave that up to interpretation. But for right now, she is practically having you drink this medicine because she's trying to see the side effects and make a much more potent medicine without side effects to save a girl who has a very rare and incurable disease. The problem is, the doctor that was there at the very first rank of her confidant rank is doing everything he can to keep her from practicing medicine. And he even lied about the little girl. And you won't know about that until we get to rank 7. The thing is, Takemi, despite being, well, cynical, she does have a pure heart and she is willing to try to help patients. Well, in her own way, anyway. Oh, you are definitely going to miss her in Strikers, I can assure you that much. Oh, and by the way, and I think this is the part where I start showing off what's the right decisions to make. Because I think there's only 2 choices you need to know about. The one I just made. And, oh, excuse me one second. Well, needless to say,
Wow.
despite the interruption of the phone, we're trying to at least get ourselves some more medicine. And, of course, she's going to agree to do that so long as we do the clinical trials. Oh, and by the way, I might as well show off the answers of the 2 questions that actually matter, because the first 2 earlier did not. It was this one, which was the first one, and this one. Logs are actually very fun. Oh, and by the way, let me point out something else, folks. You won't be able to log most of your answers in Persona 3 Portable, the PSP version, but in Steam you can. So now, if you ever see a playthrough of that on this channel, and I have to choose answers, I'll have a log for that at least. And the same thing goes with Persona 4, you can do that now. Hell, Persona 4, you can actually select certain cutscenes and certain, portions of the game that you probably missed out in and could never go back to. So yeah, they pretty much updated that too. It's only Persona 5 Royal that's got the downgrade, basically. So with that said, oh, well, let me rephrase that. Also, Persona 3 Portable doesn't have cutscenes, it has, like, stills, but that's not the point. There is that one line that I needed to do after the phone conversation, and I think the phone conversation just gave me some more points because I chose the right answer, which was the first one. But nonetheless, folks,
You're back.
now that we're here, we can now use the coffee maker to make coffee, and we can also do so to at least get some sort of points towards Sojiro's social link. Bear in mind that you have to do this for rank 3. I forgot to mention that for the pros and cons. The cons is, for rank 3, you have to at least make coffee once.
Well,
And, by the way, I'm going to show you the answers for this right here. And that was the first right answer, which was the first one. So, with that said, Sojiro is, for the most part, trying to get you to make some coffee and try to do better for society. I mean, he may be harsh, but he means well. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have took you in. Oh, yeah, fun fact. Something that was left out of the game, if you probably haven't seen it at the beginning of the part, yeah, Sai Nichima was supposed to be your caretaker and eventual love interest, but they cut that out. Kinda sad, really. It would have been interesting. Anyway, here's the main focus of Sojiro's social link. I mean, confidant rank. I'm not playing Persona 4 Golden. Jeez. Anyway, the main focus is Sojiro is kind of having to pay money to this asshole that just walked out. The thing about that guy... Oh yeah, and choose a second option for that. But the thing about that guy, he plays an important role, somewhat, for another Phantom Thief that will be later on. And if anybody's played this game or pretty much heard the memes, you know who it is. By the way, the third question, the first answer is going to be the one you're going to choose. Sometimes you're going to get 3, sometimes you're going to get 2. So let's review. First answer for the third question, second answer for the second question, and the very first question has the first answer, if I can get to it at least. No, I probably missed out on that. But yes, the very first question is the first answer. So there you go. It'll make things a lot easier when I try to show off this guide, so that way people can stop. And more importantly, if I missed it, you'll probably listen. But nonetheless, we can now make coffee to make things to restore some SP to the player. However, here's the thing. I have completed Sojiro's Confidant rank to the point where now I can actually make the max coffee, which is master coffee, and we can drink the coffee in safe rooms and also during battle. So yeah, that's going to be something I'm going to abuse when we get to the next palace. Because God forbid I'm going to have a good number of coffee. There's also Master Curry that actually can fill up more SP completely as opposed to the Master Coffee. Oh, and by the way, the first answer for that is going to be the answer for the phone conversation. So, with that said, there's a lot of changes in Royal. First of all, phone conversations after confidants, which kind of makes it easier for your confidant to be ranked to max, aside from all of the restrictions added or already there.
Morning! Crowded as ever today, huh? How do you like being packed in like sardines, city style? I bet you've had enough. I don't mean to joke around. I just don't know what to do. I get anxious unless I'm doing something, yet here I am suddenly with nothing to do. It's so awful just waiting for the results, isn't it? It's so worrying. You're right. All we can do is believe and wait. Thanks. I feel better after talking. It's not good to be a downer in the morning. Well, let's have a great day today.
You know, for what it's worth, they could have just paid for more lines into the whole entirety of the game so we wouldn't have many silent moments. But, you know how it is with big companies. They're only under a certain amount of budget. On that note, we're gonna go on ahead and probably go into the library to read ourselves a book. That'd be the best thing to do right about now, or at least study, because ironically enough, you do have an exam right before we start the second palace. So yeah, if you study enough, and study while people are looking at you, you'll get some guts. I mean, if you study in bad weather, you'll get more knowledge. And also, you'll get proficiency as well. But whatever the case, sometimes you can even read a book here. I think so. I don't remember. Oh, wait, no. Oh, you can only read your book at home and on the train. Oh, actually, I take that back. I made a mistake. There is only one other option of reading a book and here at school, and it's not here in the library. Actually, it is whenever you get to Temperance and Temperance opens up, you can start reading books in class. So, with that said, we got some guts, we got some knowledge. Since there's nothing else really left to do, we can just go home. Because, folks, the next thing that's going to be happening in part 18, it is going to be the confession. I'll see you all next time in Persona 5 Royal. This is RPMan 985. We're coming to the end of the Kamoshida arc. Peace out and take care.